I agree with you that it's nothing new and that this goes back, hundreds of years. But at the same time, they are pretty desperate from a PR perspective for us not to know that or talk about that. And that's why they have chumps like Mr. X, Assistant Director of the FBI, standing up there going, oh, no, 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 we don't spy for economic reasons. I mean, like, one of his talks was at DEF CON of all places. And he's just like gung-ho about, you will be preventing the theft of private data. You will be, we're defending people's personal property and we're blah, 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 blah. Like, he made multiple references to the Stratfor hack, to GI files. But he never named them. He didn't name them, but he kept saying, oh, I worked on this case with this company had lost 10 years of critically important data and over the course of a couple of days, and it was $1 billion worth of intellectual property, and it was blah 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 blah, and he made it all out like it's this like perfectly innocent company minding their own business when the evil hackers come along and totally destroy it. Like, totally fails to mention that it was the world's largest private intelligence agency. It was like making money trading the stuff in the commercial sphere that should never have been there in the first place. I mean, what was Stratfor? Stratfor was basically a customer, right? It had its own customers. Stratfor, rather than just having customers that were government departments or international partners, militaries and governments, Stratfor was selling information to the highest bidder. Like, any Tom, Dick, or Harry that had enough money to buy a subscription could participate in the behemoth Stratfor intelligence network. You didn't even have to be a government agency. You didn't have to have a security clearance. You didn't have to, it could have been anybody on the planet, if you could pay Stratfor money, could access that intelligence. So that was like, Stratfor was like the ultimate like corporate NSA. And of course, it's all staffed by, like, you see, this personal relationship. We talked last time about the revolving door. Someone said like the NSA is a revolving door corporate. One of those revolving doors is back and forth with companies like Stratfor. Right. And then you have the Stratfor CEO, George Friedman, whatever his name is. He's freaking related by marriage to Leighton Smith, who is like the most, in my opinion, most fascist right-wing broadcaster in New Zealand. Like, oh my God, I can't even get started on how hideous he is. But he also has one of the largest listening audiences in the country. And so they have this network of like really high profile people with like massive access to, the public mind. And they were all trading this information back and forth, like, around the world. And like, what are the like national implications of that? Like, from like, where do your loyalties lie? Like, if you're paying money to access the intelligence and you're charging money to issue the intelligence, like, where are the borders of propriety there? Like, there aren't any. I'm not really getting where you're going with that, Gardner. Look, I think they are worried about the opinions of citizens because the citizens are their recruiting pool. That's where they are recruiting. Sorry, just for the record, Gardner has said he doesn't think they're worried about the opinions of the citizens. I think they are, because when they go and talk at DEF CON and they're giving a recruitment that's like part of a recruitment drive. They have all the recruiters there for the different agencies and they want staff. And to get qualified staff, they need to suck up to people in the IT industry. They have no choice. They need to convince them to come and work for the agency. At the beginning of the ex-FBI assistant director guy's DEF CON talk, for the first like 3 or 4 minutes of his talk, he literally plays a video of the hostage rescue team from the FBI, like busting down doors to save lives and busting into an airplane to save hostages. And like, it's this whole big like theater. Like, if you join the FBI, you'll be saving people's lives. If you join the, you know, and then he let slip it was all training exercise afterwards, because they never done bloody damn thing like that. But it's like, this is the framework. This is the framework that they're pushing their propaganda in, is like, you know, we are going to save the day. It's like a full-on action movie, like the whole like 9 yards, right? And of course it has like absolutely nothing to do with spying for economic reasons and spying for corporations, which is exactly what we're seeing in these documents, is what's actually going on. Okay, onwards and forwards. Oh. Okay, so you're saying during the end of the Cold War, the intelligence paradigm changed. You don't think that there was this... I mean, my assumption is that there was always back channels, intelligence back channels between corporations and between government, but that what there wasn't was the like wide scale, like private, like the subcontractors and the privatization of spying functions. And I would like to think that things were a bit more regulated. I mean, I don't know, but I would assume that they were a bit more regulated. Now we have like, you know, mercenary armies, and we have like mercenary intelligence agencies, which is what Stratfor was, et cetera, et cetera.